Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter at the workbench doing some sharpening. Got me to thinking. Everyone's always talking about upgrading their planes by putting in a thicker iron, a longer iron, a new iron, some fancy new metal, okay? And I have a few here. I have an IBC. I've got some Hawk irons. I've got some of the Lake Erie Tool Works, and they're all great. But let's talk a little bit about tool wear. So I was just using the Taylor Tool Works chisel back flattening kit, which is the plate glass with all the different sanding discs. And so I finished up at the 1000 grit, and I was able to get this blade flat without the ruler technique. So let me show you what that looks like, because this is an old blade. This blade was made in February of 1936. Okay? It is a laminated steel blade, and you can see, maybe not on camera, there is a line. There is a line where you can see where the lamination is, and you can see the lamination in right there. There's two colors steel. So I was only able to get that front ½ inch flat. I'll take that without the David Charlesworth ruler technique. I'll take that. So I got to thinking about tool wear. And can we even wear out the original 1936 iron in our lifetime? So I measured it. This has not been honed yet. And it measures a 64th under 2 1/8. Let's just call it 2 1/8. So let's say, I'm trying to think where that weld is. The weld, I can see it. You can't, but I can, is there. So let's say it only has 1 7/8 inches, okay, of hardened tool steel. Let's even drop it down to 1 3/4 inches. So how long would it take you to use up, I mean use up, 1 3/4 inches of tool steel? So let's assume we take off as much as, and I doubt it would be that much. Well, let's find out. If I measure this right now, like I said, a 64th under 1 1/8 inches. And if I take it from here to the 300 grit with the honing guide, because that's where I was going to next with this, is to hone it. All right. So a 64th under 2 1/8. So we take 10 passes on the 300, and we flip over to the 1000. I mean, we're already sharp. And we take another 20 with 10 on one side and 10 on the other. How much metal did I actually take off? And can I even measure it? So you can see where I sharpened it. And the only thing I'll do from here is to strop it. Okay. So how much metal did I actually take off? I'm getting virtually the same measurement. So let's say, and I don't have a digital readout. Uh, 1.1. Yeah, 1.11. So let's say we take, I don't know, 10 thousandths off every time we hone. So 10 thousandths is 1/100th of an inch. So that would mean you could sharpen this 100 times or more. Yeah, that would even be higher than that. 1.1. Yeah, you could sharpen this like 1,000 times before you would use up an inch. So we have 1 3/4 inches. So if you were to hone this every day and you take off a few thousandths each day, you do the math. I can't see where a hobbyist woodworker would ever need to replace any of these original irons. Now, if you're doing this for a living and you want to preserve the antique to go with your plane, I understand buying a new replacement blade. Understanding that if you go with a thicker iron, you're going to have to modify your plane. I still like the 0.9 9375 or under. I still like that because the design, the absolute design of this plane blade system is perfect. The chip breaker is designed to put pressure on the front tip, sandwiching this all together and making this effectively one piece. Now, any bends or anything like that would make this vibrate, possibly chatter. But that's about it for today. I just wanted to touch base on how long it would take you to wear out your irons and should you replace them. Head out to your shop. Go flatten and sharpen your blades. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. Walter out.